What's up, people? Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's another match reaction as the Arsenal have tied Manchester City at the Etihad Stadium. That means that Arsenal have now gone undefeated versus Liverpool and Manchester City this season. 4 points off the both of them. And a little bit of mixed feelings about this game. You know, it was definitely obvious from the rip that we wanted to keep them contained in that first half. And speaking of first half of things, go ahead and get the likes up on the video while we're getting started here. Of course, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for being here. We're on our way to the magical 1,000, and get the notification bell on for all these match reactions. Of course, if you're enjoying all that content, man, this one, I was so excited for this one. Definitely pumped up for this one. Knew that we had to go there and put in a good performance, and I thought we did. Thought we definitely put in a good performance today. We followed the game plan 100% to a T, followed the game plan. Mikel has obviously told them right from the rip that in that first half, we want to be tight. We want to be compact. We want to clog the passing lanes. That was very obvious. We were giving a lot of territory to the likes of Akanji, to the likes of Ake before he went out, to the likes of Lewis and Kovacic, especially so that we could clog up the lanes so that Rodri didn't get the ball, so that Kovacic didn't get the ball. And it made me nervous because we were given so much territory in that first half, just in the hopes that anyone coming in like Silva or Foden would not get the ball. And of course, De Bruyne would not get the ball. And I thought that for the most part, it worked well because of the way that City countered it, right? So they tried to free up space for Rodri by having Kovacic really far away from him, right? So if Kova got the ball, they were hoping to have one of our pressers, be it Odegaard or Havertz or perhaps Saka, go to Kovacic. And so therefore there'd be more space for Rodri to work in and to work to get open. But we weren't biting on that. We'd let Kova have the ball. And on the other side, it was interesting because Jesus was staying really far back to cover Akanji going forward. And so tactically, I think we were very strictured in that first half by our approach, by the fact that we would rather have Kovacic on the ball. We would rather have Diaz advancing the ball. We would rather have Akanji advancing the ball so that De Bruyne can't do his magic. Rodri can't do his magic. And I thought we did that. I thought that as far as the game plan, I thought we executed the game plan perfectly. Now, I'm not exactly thrilled at that game plan in the first half. Not exactly thrilled that we didn't really, put it on them until the second half. And I thought we rode our luck a bit in that first half. Thought there were moments where we weren't getting close enough. The strategy was to keep Rodri off the ball, but some of the time we would switch up the strategy and mark out the other people, the other, forward. Haaland only came back once to get the ball. Silva came back a couple of times. De Bruyne came back to get the ball, but we were very good at blocking up the passing lanes so that those players did not get the pass, did not get the ball into them. And I thought that it really hampered us in that first half. And as much as I moan and groan about teams going to the Etihad and kind of sitting back and not really having attacking intent, that's what we did. We were sitting back with the intent to counter, and I thought a couple of times we looked dangerous on the break. In that first half, we were really trying to get the overlap with Ben White and then have the long ball, the long diagonal over, who was out there? Gavardiol on the left to get numbers on the right-hand side for a cross in. And a couple of times it worked, but only a couple of times. And other than that, it was like 70-30 possession in the first half. They absolutely dominated the ball. And same in the game overall. And a couple of times if they were maybe a little bit more clinical, we could have conceded. But likewise, I'll say the same about them. A couple of times, if we were a bit more clinical, we could have scored in that first half. I think that all in all, this was definitely City's game in the first, but we defended well. I thought the battle with Haaland between Saliba and Gabriel and Haaland was fantastic. I thought both Saliba and Gabriel stood up really big today. I thought the referee let them kind of go at each other for the most part. I definitely thought he favored City, but of course I'm going to say that. Anthony Taylor's terrible anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But I thought that battle we did really, really well against Holland today. A couple of times I thought he was able to kind of, get the physical, aspect, get a little bit ahead of our guys. But, that's it's Erling Haaland. Of course, that's going to happen. But overall, I thought they battled with him well and were able to keep him quiet really, really well. Now, the biggest thing for me in the first half is we just didn't win any second balls. We weren't winning second balls at all, man. And it really, really hindered our game plan as far as having possession of the ball. We barely had it because we couldn't win the second balls. And if you look at the field tilt in that first half, I guarantee City are like really far in our half because we just didn't win any second balls and we're not able to break up their possession as good as I thought we should. But in that second half, when we pressed farther up the field, it all came clear that we were definitely conserving our energy, conserving that press for the second half. And I thought we looked the more likely. I thought we were pressing high up the field. No, we didn't really create a whole bunch. I thought a couple of times. Maybe if Trossard can first time the pass to Martinelli on that break there where we broke Saliba passed through the lines to Odegaard, who passed through the lines to Trossard, who if maybe he one times out across, maybe Martinelli's in on goal. But I thought that the subs I thought Mikel Arteta did a good job overall. He definitely approached the game to nullify City. I figured he might. That's just the best way to keep them quiet, and hope to nick one, and maybe we kept them quiet for the first half, and then we really kind of pressed way higher up the pitch in the second half, and I thought it made the game more even. As far as territory was concerned, I thought we were able to open the game up and play through them better. In that first half, we were just hitting long balls trying to win second ones, and we weren't doing it. And so we got pinned back a lot. But in the second half, we won a couple more second balls. We looked a little bit more dangerous, and we were trying. We were looking like we wanted to play through the lines a little bit more instead of just hitting the long ball. And I thought we were able to do that a little bit. But, it's still City. They were still don't give you much, hardly a sniff, and it was an absolute battle. It was an absolute battle in there. I thought Declan Rice played really well. I thought that Saka was not really in it. Tough. I want to give a shout out to Gabriel Jesus for just a Herculean effort today. Running back on the, having that mindset of defense first, of keeping it out first. One time he ran all the way back to the right back position on a tracking back because it was a fast break. And it was, actually twice he did that to break up the play and save our bacon more than once. So, massive applause to Gabby Jesus. He might be my man of the match, actually, for the way he worked hard and played well today. He's probably my man of the match for the Arsenal, Gabby Jesus, for sure. I think that, Jorginho did a lot of good work, unsung in there. It's not going to get a lot of credit for it, but I think he did a lot of good work. I think Declan Rice, of course, did a lot of good work. I thought Odegaard marshaled the troops well. When we were on the ball, I thought he had a couple of sloppy touches, but I also thought the pass through to Trossard was fantastic. I thought that he's done well overall, kind of directing the troops, got into good spaces, was able to get on the half turn and get a ball away. So I think that overall, decent performance from Odegaard. I thought Havertz ran around real well. Kind of a tough performance from a striker. Tough game for a striker to have a lot of influence. But I thought he was battling for the headers well, definitely in that second half, winning a couple of balls in the air and helping to battle for that midfield. Definitely played his role in the press. So it's good to see that. Trossard's cameo was decent. I thought Tomiyasu looked a little nervy. Definitely looked a little nervous when he came on. But I thought Kivior before him did fantastic. Did an absolute fantastic job out there on that wing against Bernardo Silva and Phil Foden. So, all in all, I think tough game. We always knew it was going to be, and I'll take the point, man. I'll take the. We didn't lose to City this season. Last season we lost by 5 points, the league that is, and we gave 6 points to Manchester City. This season we've taken 4 points. Big swing. So yeah, I think that as far as the title race goes, it's up in the air again. You know, Liverpool obviously have the advantage, and if they don't drop points, they'll win the league, but I think they will do. I think we're right in it. I think we have a really good shot to win the league, and I think, you know, this time might mean that, you know, it gives me confidence that we'll finish above City at this point. You know, as long as we take care of business, as long as we handle our opponents, it's going to be a tough run-in. It's going to be a tough run-in, but I think we can still win the league. I think we can still do it. I definitely believe that Liverpool will drop points before the end of the season. And of course, maybe that's the hopium talking. But I do think that they're capable of dropping points. And I think that we are capable of going on another run and taking it down. So I'm definitely excited, definitely encouraged that we've been able to take 4 points from City this season. Obviously tinged with a little disappointment. We didn't get all 3 today, and we fall behind in the title race. But I'm still happy, still smiling. We're doing good, you know, and we look forward to Luton. So, yeah, definitely excited. Definitely looking forward to the run-in. And if you're as excited as I am, go and smash up the likes on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Certainly appreciate you being here. We're on our way to that magical 1,000 subscribers. And, of course, get that notification bell on so you know when all the content is coming. We will, of course, be live and direct tomorrow night with the full panel. So don't miss it. Absolutely. Thanks for being here, and you will